How are you feeling for this one? Town going to the Spurs Stadium for the first time. First top flight clash between the two sides since 2002. What's your prediction? How you think the game will go?
Well, it's going to be an interesting test for Tottenham. I think that their home record is really good. When they really get into it, they can hit a top level, which teams just can't live with. Like we've seen this with Villa and City last week. Like neither of them could live with Spurs when Spurs were really flying. At the same time, I don't think they're going to be at 100% sharpness for this game because quite a lot of those players did play in Istanbul on Thursday night. So I don't think they'll be flying. And also they can get a bit bogged down sometimes, Tottenham. Like if they're against a really good defensively disciplined team, they can get a bit frustrated. So Spurs will have to stay patient. I think Ipswich will have to just try and hurt them on the counter-attack, which is possible, particularly with if Spurs don't have Van der Ven, they're a bit more vulnerable on the counter-attack, particularly, and if they don't have Romero as well. You can maybe see it being one of those games where Ipswich have very low possession, but can maybe if they're clever, carve out one or two very good chances. So I think that will more or less be the pattern of the game. I'd have to say, I think Spurs will probably win, but I think it might be a bit of a slog. Like we saw in the Villa game, the first half was very, very tight. And then in the second half, Tottenham managed to break through Villa and really run away with it at the end. And maybe that will be Tottenham's game plan on Sunday, but I don't think it will. If Ipswich manage to hold them off for the first half and be a threat on the break, then maybe they can make a difference.
Okay, we shall see. I'm going to put you on a spot though. Score prediction, what do you reckon?
2-0 to Tottenham, if I had to predict.
2-0. Okay, 2-0.
And for Ipswich fans going to the ground for the first time, it's a great ground. It's a really, really fantastic stadium. So I hope everybody who goes to the game enjoys it. What I would say is, the transport connections at the old White Hart Lane weren't fantastic, and there's now another 25,000 people going there every week. So I would certainly advise Ipswich fans to plan their journey, and don't be surprised if you get caught in a bit of a queue trying to get back on a train afterwards.
Yeah, although, if we're losing by a certain scoreline, I'm sure fans will leave early doors. I know that's happened a few times. I'm not saying Town fans watching, I know some of you have done that. But yeah, hopefully it's a good day. Just as a spectacle in terms of coming to a new ground to tick off. Of course, Kieran McKenna, Jack, has got that little connection with Spurs because he was in the academy coaching. That would be a nice little throwback for him going back to sort of his early days in coaching. But any other business, Jack? Any other thing we should know about?
No, I just think it's going to be a really good game. Sadly, I won't be there because I've not seen Ipswich yet this season. I'm really hoping to get to Portman Road, which is the ground I haven't been to for a very long time. I do think there's a way for Ipswich to really hurt Spurs on the break if they're clever. But if Spurs hit their absolute top level, and I'm not certain they will, but if Spurs do hit their top level, I think it'll be very, very difficult for Ipswich to hang in there.
Okay, we shall wait and see. Well, Jack, it's been a pleasure. Thanks very much for joining me. Check out the great work that Jack does up the Athletic, covering Spurs and all the other stuff he does over there. And if you are going to the game, enjoy it. If not, follow coverage of us as always. And we'll see you next time on The Lowdown. Bye-bye for now.